I remember going to this event a few years back and seeing on the panel a bunch of very successful businesswomen, including Arlene Dickinson, who to me is one of my idols in business. She has done so many things, and she has really been business-wise very successful. And I remember hearing her say on stage that in spite of all her success, in spite of the millions and billions of dollars that she's made, she still feels inadequate. And it struck me, I thought, this is incredible. Here we have someone who is clearly successful by the standards of the world, and yet internally she doesn't feel that. She doesn't feel comfortable in her own skin. She doesn't feel that sense of self-confidence. And I see this. I see this a lot with my clients as well. This piece of, we've reached heights of multiple 6 and 7 figures, and yet there's this disconnect, this feeling of, I'm not quite there. I'm not good enough. I haven't, I made $500,000, but I didn't make $1 million. And I made $1 million, but I didn't make 5. And this constant striving and this constant, I'm not good enough. Now, there's a lot of layers in here, but I think at the core of it is this piece of, it's not safe to trust my voice. It's not safe for me to feel comfortable in who I am and how I work, how I process things. And for women in particular, there's a disconnect because the way that the business models are set up in the world is very masculine. It is very much of a structure, regimented system. Do this, then this. Do this every single day. And while there is room for that, there is a gift to the way women work in particular. And there's a gift to that in business. And so it doesn't have to work the way it works for men. We can be equally successful in terms of money and all of the trappings, if that is what you want. But we don't have to do it in the same way that men do it. In fact, tapping into the flow and the gift of women's flow, because we have a natural rhythm, but being able to tap into that and use it, we're able to work less and have more. But it all starts from this place of trusting you, of listening to your voice above all others, listening to your intuition and trusting you above the gurus. And it doesn't mean that you can't make use of the experts that are out there who have gone before and who've learned and say, hey, here's the thing. But only pulling out the nuggets that are going to resonate, only pulling out the pieces that are really going to fit for where you are and who you are. And that's the difference, is really leaning in and trusting that. And of course, there's layers of moving out our baggage and moving out our programming, but at the very core of it is starting the process of really following your intuitive knowing. This is the feminine gift. This is, us as women in particular need to lean into this gift because it allows things to happen with so much more ease instead of the push and the hustle and the grind, which burns us out. So, first layer, as I've said before in other videos, the first layer is for us to get to know our intuition, to get to know our knowing, our way of connecting with divine or God or spirit or universe, however you want to label that, whatever that is for you. And I would highly recommend that if you haven't picked up a copy of Badass Intuition, head over to Amazon, or you can head over to innerdominatrix.com and get yourself a free PDF copy of the book and get started on this 6-week training process that's really going to lock in that skill and that ability to hear what your intuition is saying, to follow it, and to really lock in that power, that ability, because that is the core foundation for women in business, is to build that muscle of your intuition and trusting you. So it starts there. That builds the confidence. That allows you to step into being the expert in who you are and what you do. And it also allows you to understand and know what systems and structures are really going to work for you in your business, your way, your talents, your gifts. So head over, grab a copy of The Badass Intuition, and get started on the process and in the journey of you becoming the badass in business that you were born to be.